I've experienced life at nearly all body types. I've never been obese, like extremely overweight, but I have been overweight. When I was younger, and I mean like really young, about let's say 8 years old, 9 years old, I was overweight. And I had, imagine a 9-year-old was like a beer belly, or like just a belly that's always protruding. You know those guys who go to the pub and they'll be wearing like a polo t-shirt and then their stomach will be like drooping over their belt. Like that was me. That was me at 8 years old. I was extremely overweight. And I remember that my sisters always used to make fun of me and say, TJ, you're fat, you're fat. Fair enough, I was fat. And my mom, she would always just say, no guys, it's his organs. And I'm pretty sure that she just used to say that to protect my feelings. And I guess it did help. I never identified with being fat, even though I clearly was. I thank my mom for that. God bless that woman. I love her so much. So then as I started playing sports, because it's mandatory for people to play sports at school. So as I started playing sports, I started with swimming. And then I eventually stopped swimming because... See this? I'm not meant to be in the water. Nah, I'm joking. But yeah, I started swimming, stopped, and then cricket and football were just constant sports that I always played. So naturally, as I was playing sports and as I was going through puberty, I was growing, I lost the fat. It got to a point where I was actually considered skinny, and I definitely considered myself skinny. Though I did have a bit of flesh on me, I was always like seriously underweight. Like I would have a BMI of like 18. So by the time I was about 15, 16, I was actually quite skinny. You know, like flat chest. Well, I wasn't even skinny, I was a skinny fat. Flat chest, love handles, your arms are flabby. Like that was me when I was 15, 16, maybe 17 to a certain extent. And here's a picture of me. I think at this time I was 17. So as you can see, no chest, no shoulders, no arms, skinny neck. I still have a skinny neck, but I'm working on it. Love handles, everything. There's so much wrong, not so much wrong about this, but I clearly was not in the best shape that I wanted to be in. And I was, obviously, I was skinny. And then after some time, I was never really cussed about being skinny, but after some time I decided that enough was enough. So in 2020 I started working out during the lockdown. Luckily for me, I had a home gym. I still have a home gym, but I just go to an actual gym now because it provides more value. But yeah, I started working out. I was pushing weights, I think it was 3 times a week at that point, and I gained muscle. I remember I gained like 2 kgs, 3 kgs, and I was so happy. And then I lost it when I went back to school. I stopped being consistent, I stopped gymming, I stopped eating enough. And then 2021, I decided again, once I was back to where I was, once I was skinny again, I decided that, you know what, enough is enough. I'm going to be consistent, I'm going to get big again. Or, I say big again, I was never big. So as I started gymming, I was consistent. Now 2020 lockdown, from June up until September, I was so consistent. I missed probably 10 days in 3 months. And I gained about 6 kgs in 3 months. Like a lot of it was fat. I was taking a mass gainer. For anyone who's thinking about taking a mass gainer, like hyperbolic, don't take it. Those things are not good for you. They are not good for you. Do not take those things. But yeah, I had gotten big and I was actually gaining weight. I gained muscle. So when I went back to school, people were like, Takura, you put on weight. But then guess what? I stopped being consistent. And I lost it all. And then kept on losing weight. And then this was me, beginning of the year. There's a video up here of me flexing, thinking, and look at me smiling. At the time I thought I looked good, so I was like just flexing. And yeah, it was at this point where I actually decided that enough is enough. Like finally. And then once I decided enough was enough, I naturally, when you get motivated, you go to your friends and you're like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. So I went to this group chat, it's called Deki, and I said on the group chat, I'm gonna get muscular. And the truth is, I'd been saying this for years and I never actually did get muscular. One of my friends replied with a video of Joe Biden, and the video's gonna play right now.
He's been saying this for 4 years. Show us. Just show us. Stop playing around.
So after I saw this video, like there was a fire that sparked within him, and I was like, you know what? Screw these guys. They don't think I'm gonna get muscular. They don't think I'm going to succeed. But as long as I do, nothing can stop me. So I started gymming, and I had been gymming for 2 months consistently. And then I think this one was my last straw. Then I met up with two of my friends. We were going for lunch and we hadn't seen each other for a while. So one of them was a guy, one of them was a girl. So the girl was like to the other guy, "Ah, you look so good. Ah, you look so good." And then she looked at me and she was like, "Takura, you're looking skinny as always." And at this point, I'd been gymming for 2 months consistently, and I thought I'd been making gains. And she was like, "You're looking skinny as always." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." Obviously, she said it in a joking, like in a playful manner, but ish, that cut deep. That hurt me to my core. And then obviously I was hurt to my core, so I didn't know how to react at the time, and I was very reactive at the time. So I told her, "You know what, I'm gonna get strong, I'm gonna get muscular." I wasn't reactive, but I just told her, "You know what, I'm gonna get strong, just watch." And then she looked at me and she was like, "Takura, you'll always be skinny. I don't think you'll gain weight." And at the time when she said that, this is what I looked like. So as she said that, a fire lit inside of me. And I decided that, you know what, instead of saying I'm going to get muscular, you know what, I'm going to show all these people. I'm going to show them. And now 7 months down the line, this is what I look like. And you know, it's quite satisfying. You know that you're making great progress in the gym when people start accusing you of taking something. And people are like, Takura, what are you taking?" And I'm like, "Nah, no, you just earn it." And that's one thing that you should also acknowledge, that if people start saying, "You're taking something," take it as a compliment. Yes, it may seem like they're underestimating the work you put in, but at the end of the day, just view it as a compliment. Your work is working. And look, right now my body is far from perfect, but no one can say that I'm skinny. No one can say that I'll always be skinny. And if they say that I'll always be skinny, 6 months down the line they'll see. 2 years down the line they'll shut up. So what's my message to you in this video? My message is, don't let anyone define you. People will put labels over you. They'll say that you'll always be skinny. They'll say that you can't do this, you can't do that. Don't let what anyone says control what you want to do. Don't let what anyone says control what you're going to choose to do. The next thing is that you have to use people's negative comments to fuel you to success. When someone says something negative, when someone says something that's doubting you, you shouldn't be like, no, I'm going to do it. You should just use what they're saying as fuel and be like, "You know what? I have a reason now to push on. Because I'm going to prove this person wrong. I'm going to make them swallow their words." Because the truth is, you can do anything. No matter what anyone else says, you can do absolutely anything. But you have to believe that you can do it, and you have to put the work in. Someone will probably say that you're going to be skinny always. If you're starting your gym journey now, someone will probably say that, how long? You're only lost 2 months in the gym. And don't let them be right. So if someone says that, you'll always be skinny, put your head down, grind it out, and show them that you were destined to be muscular.